Hey, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Check the feed. Damn. Can you do it? Because I can't do it on this phone.
God, I'm checking right now. God, we good.
Uh, hey, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Knocking out HaDabar, Shal. We the Hebrew Israelites coming to you week in and week out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shad. I preach to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian Saints, Israelite foreigners. Nechamatam Kaya Hamalak Wath Hashemayim Korah. Repent, yea, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. First and foremost, before we get started, we can go ahead and say, Call Halayim La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shad Bahasham Chag Wadash. A double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and rule well. And much respect to you, brothers out there pushing this truth with all righteousness and sincerity. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
So pretty much today we're going into a word of the day. HaDabar show HaYawam. HaDabar, the word, show is of, HaYawam is the day. All right, which is Nabi Yana. I'm gonna get the definition for that. All right, so it says Naga Yana, and it comes from the root word Sharash Dabar, Nagan. All right, and Naga Yana goes into, it says music, song, taunt, song, music, song. So pretty much going into a song. All right, and again it's spelled NagayaNah. All right, the connect will be on the N and the or the Na and the Ha, and the A will drop off on the Ha. All right, so we can get some precepts going into it, and I don't want to Zabba Nayapah, the Lord's was edifying. We'll start at Psalms 33 and verse 1.
God. It's the book of Psalm, chapter 33, and verse 1. Rejoice in the Lord, O ye righteous, for praise is comely to the upright. Praise the Lord with harp. Sing unto him with the psaltery and an instrument of 10 strings.
Because this truth is likened to music. It's likened to a song, you know.
God. Sing unto him a new song. Play skillfully with a loud noise.
And it's pretty much explaining, you know.
Mhm. For the word of the Lord is right, and all his works are done in truth.
And right there it says for the Lord. That's how you know it's talking about the song because it's for the word of the Lord is pretty much done in truth, you know. Could we get that Isaiah 58 and verse 1,
God.
and then I'm gonna get First Corinthians.
This is Isaiah 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Which the trumpet that represents the men of the Lord. You know, a trumpet, it gives a very distinct sound. You know, one that when it like it's a piped instrument, but when it gives its noise, like it gives the ear a certain pitch. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and again that's the men of the Lord. You know, all singing on that same tune in this new song. All right,
That's right.
I got a quick one. This is First Corinthians chapter 14. We'll get verse 7. It reads. Also, could you hold Matthew 11 and I think it's 6,
17.
13, 13 to 14?
Okay, okay.
Yeah. All right, this is First Corinthians chapter 14. We'll start at verse 7. It says, and even things without life giving sound, whether pipe or harp, except they give a distinction in the sounds, how shall it be known what is pipe or harp? You see, so this new song has a particular tune to it, and the elect, they can hear, if something is off, through the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 8. For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle? You see, because you got different types of sounds. We're in a spiritual war, so that war sound is going out, you see. But then you have those that are, giving out, they playing, flutes or trumpets of mirth, you know. It says verse 9. So likewise, yea, except ye utter by the tongue words easy to be understood, how shall it be known what is spoken? For ye shall speak into the air, So how can it be understood what's spoken? Again, the prophet is going to speak on that correct tone. Could we get 2 Timothy 2:15? Well, I get it. Because the elect is going to know that specific tone. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15. It says, "Study to shew thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth." You see, so in this particular song, the elect, or the more specifically the prophets, is bringing out the different choruses in the right parts of the song. If it was in the wrong part, then something will be off. And the elect will be able to pick it up. You know.
Mm-hmm. You want that Matthew?
Con.
This is Matthew chapter 11 and verse. You said start 14, 13?
The one that says, "Whereunto shall I liken this generation?"
16.
Con.
It's Matthew 11 and verse 16. Whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting, it's like sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows and saying,
And
mhm,
the men of the Lord represent the ones that's called to the fellows, and 2/3 is the ones that's the fellows.
right? Because as you see us out on the highways and byways, right? That's us calling out in the markets, right? This is Matthew 11 and 17, and saying, we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented.
Because 2/3 they like to hit those smooth things. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we playing we're playing the tunes of war. While 2/3 is one of they want to be in their folly. Because in Second Ezra, chapter 9 talks about how they receive their benefits. So they want to be in that spirit of mirth, and not that spirit of lamentation, mourning, and woe.
Okay.
Uh, we can get we can get Revelation chapter 14 and verse 1, and then I'm gonna get John 10 and 27.
I got
and it's a thing we notice, like it's the same song, because the scriptures say that Jake is hard headed and stubborn, rebellious, so it has to be drilled in the mind, it has to be in repeat, it can't
right.
just play one time, you gotta play over and over and over and over and over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a Papa Shahar. He goes into it. We do this thing ad nauseum. You know,
Mm-hmm.
to the point that it makes people nauseous because they hear the same things over and over again.
Yeah.
Can I get this real quick for you?
Okay.
It's Ezekiel 33, and I'll start in verse 31. It reads, "And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness." So as we're going into, they're now listening to the song as it will continue on. It says, "And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice, and can play well on an instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not." So this is what we're seeing, come to pass. These prophecies are being preached on the highways and byways, on the internet, right? Day in and day out, man. And people are not, hearkening unto the message, man. They're not, finding joy in this new song, you know. And like it says here in verse 33, and when this cometh to pass, going into all the calamities that are being prophesied, and lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. So the prophets are the ones out here, giving the spiritual forecast, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is Revelation 14 and verse 1. And I looked, and lo, and Lamb stood on the Mount Sion, and with him 144,000,
Mm-hmm.
having the Father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth.
Pretty much, again, showing how this truth is likened to a song. You got your trumpeters. You got your chorus. You got the tunes. Everything is on point. You got your conductor, which represents Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. This is his movie. This is his song. You see, which that song represents the truth. And the only ones that can learn it, like verse 3 says, is the 144,000, which represents the prophets. You see? I got one more, and then we'll go ahead and close it out if you didn't have nothing else.
Okay.
This is John chapter 10 and verse 27. Because it said in 1 Corinthians 14 and verse 7 through 9, how can it be understood? To be understood by rightly dividing the word of truth, you see. But being that there's many false prophets out there, they playing something that might sound a little similar, even to some distinct sounds, but then they got that one off pitch, when everybody's on the same accord. The elect's on the same accord, while these false prophets is playing the wrong song. This is John 10 and verse 27. It says, "My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me." All right, and that voice is the scriptures coming out in totality, being rightly divided, the truth being rightly divided, having things happening on time, and when they should happen, because it's off tune, it's going to be off beat, and that's not the scriptures in totality, because the scriptures say, eat the whole roll, not some parts. So I like this part of the song. It's not where, how they do like the old school songs, like they'll sample it and then they put on something else. It ain't no remix. The truth is the truth. That's why it's on repeat. It ain't. The Lord said He don't change, so it's the same song over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
Repetition.
Okay. Hey, can you keep going in that?
Verse 28. It says, "I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. Mm-hmm. My Father, which gave them me, is greater than all, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand. I and my Father are one."
Okay. So this is what we see happening right now, man. Right, the elect, have been specifically chosen, right, and they've been given, the ability to hear this song, right, as Scripture say, my sheep hear my voice, and a stranger's voice they will not follow, man. Because Lord willing, we be of that elect number. The stranger's voice is unrecognizable, right? We're not going to be going in that direction. We're going to follow the sound, that we understand and that we recognize, man. And that's the voice of Yahweh Shai that's speaking through prophecy, man.
Mm-hmm. So to say again, La Marshana, which means to repeat or to say again, the word of the day, HaDabar Shal HaYawam, is Naka Yana, which means music or a song. So I don't want to zaza about Nayapa. Lord's will, that was a beautiful edification through the spirit. Wow, I don't want to zab. Atham Yashawam Tawab. Lord's will, you have a good day. Hey, Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.